This movie tells a story about Ethan Hunt and his IMF team who must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. First of all, this movie has good action. It offers bigger and better spectacle than most recent superhero films with good fights, chases, and shootouts. The action scenes are all clear with minimum CGI. There's no use of cheap techniques like close-ups, quick edits, or shaky cams. We can see everything clearly during the action scenes. Even the fight scenes are handled with wide and medium shots. The chemistry between the characters is also really good, especially between Ethan Hunt and Grace. Unfortunately, the story is really weak and sometimes feels nonsensical. The first act is really exciting. However, after that, we drift into a series of bloated exposition where thinly drawn side characters spend far too long talking up the threat of AI called the Entity. It feels not only clunky and repetitive, but they over-explain everything that is happening on screen. This new AI villain plays out in a highly derivative fashion, while the script lacks clear restrictions on what the Entity can and cannot do. The theme about AI going rogue is relevant, but the idea as it's depicted in the film feels really hollow and veers away from the human element the Mission Impossible films are best known for. On the other hand, by making the ultimate enemy an all-powerful AI, it's hard to see any of the characters getting emotionally or personally involved in the task at hand. The movie tries to solve this problem by introducing Gabrielle, a character who is supposedly coming from Ethan Hunt's past. But this doesn't really solve the problem, as Gabrielle's subplot feels really forced and undercooked, which eventually makes it hard for the audience to care much about the outcome. Characters repeatedly ask about the key and what it unlocks as it plays out like a big question mark or mystery. Unfortunately, the movie has already revealed the answers, as the existence of the entity itself is not a major plot twist or reveal, as the movie reveals it very early. Since this is part 1, we still have hope that there will be something more intriguing in terms of the story in part 2. Despite its 2-hour and 40-minute runtime, many characters get short screen time, disappearing to make room for others. Especially the script's treatment towards Ilsa's character is really disappointing. The his element that's usually so prominent in the previous movies is also a little lacking. Overall, if you only expect to see some good action, then this movie is probably good enough for you. But if you also want to have good narrative, then we do not recommend this movie at all.